We've known the Hosim brand of RC trucks for years and years and years. Provided so many really fun small-scale bashers over the years. All of a sudden, they decided that they want to make an 8th scale 6S huge short course truck. Super powerful. Not in the scale, size, speed, design of anything that they've ever made before. So is it really any good? Can it be good? Can they translate all that they've learned from small scale stuff up to something as big as this 6S powered 4-wheel drive Mojarco? If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is RoadsideRC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. First step, let's get this thing out of the box and give it a look. A little bit bigger box than they've ever had before. We have some fun stickers, I guess, that we can put on the truck. Here we have an instruction manual. It gives ideas of how you're going to control the truck, different settings within it, how to operate it, and, very important with a truck this big, part numbers, which we definitely need to check. Now, a lot of their budget, like smaller scale stuff, I've honestly never really needed to replace anything because it was so lightweight that it just bounces instead of breaking. But exploded diagrams and all that in here, we're now going to need to see, can we find these parts? Because this thing's fast enough and big enough that if it crashes, I think it's going to hurt something. We have a fancy little carrying bag with some cleaning equipment and things. Controller, which feels very familiar. Has some trims on it, has some reverses, all the normal things that you'd expect. It's going to require 4 AA's to get up started. We have a whole host of spare straps, spare springs, tools, lock nuts, ooh, a spare pinion gear. Maybe we have a go fast gear in here. Battery charger, wheel wrench. This is if you, instead of running to run 2 batteries in the truck, if you just want to run 1, they provide you with a little loop so that you can just run 1 in there. You have your after sales, if you have any technical issues, how to get a hold of them, how to get a hold of them in various countries if you need parts or anything like that. And then it comes through this absolutely massive truck itself, and gosh, I think actually that weighs a lot. Oh, that is big. Truck comes with 2 5,000 milliamp 3S lipos. They're only 30C, running an XT60 plug, but these are full hobby grade lipos with balance ports and everything. Now, it does come with 2 battery chargers also in the truck that are the USB style, plugs into the wall. And I'll be honest, a 5,000 milliamp 3S lipo, that's probably going to take like a day to charge. So I'm going to go put these on my hobby grade charger. It looks pretty dang good. We have a whole bunch of stickers. Let's get some stickers on it and see what it looks like. That looks a little better with some stickers on it. We got some details added all around. I think that does, it helps the truck look a little bit more complete. Now, I'll say the one thing that I think is a little bit odd is they give us stickers for the side windows here, but they don't give us a front window sticker. So the base graphics show through. If you look at online, they want you to put this USA Speed USA across the front window, which is silly to me. So really wish they had given us a similar sticker to this on the front instead of that. I see big heavy roof skids here, along with super big LED bar up here at the top. Massive, absolutely massive bumper. And what I like about it is very thick, very wide, all getting the force down into the bulkhead. Looks like it's going to really take a beating. Normal kind of design that we'd expect here on the back of the body for a short course truck like this, and a bumper that, I don't know if you can really see this or not, probably 1.5 to 2 inches, like thick bumper with some LEDs here on it. And again, absolutely massive kind of frame down in here. They have built this thing like, I don't know, kind of like a bumper car or something along those lines. Like, it has all of the impact front and rear. Makes me wonder how much testing they did and they realized that some people are going to drive these things like crazy and they needed to protect it. As we take the body off, you want to make sure right here you can pull out one plug for those lights and everything that are there on the inside of the body. Now what we see with the body off, actually we can get a better look at the tires themselves, which have very nice tread pattern, very scale looking tread pattern, a little bit shallow tread depth I would say, and the rubber feels a little hard. I imagine we may be doing some parking lot drifting with this later. You can see again where those bumpers are integrated in both in two different places. They're integrated into the chassis. We have their RoadsideRC 6S capable ESC here. It's actually literally RoadsideRC branded with the two XT60 plugs on it. A whole host of straps. They do not want these batteries coming loose. It's literally 3 straps sideways and one big strap around the batteries this way. That is very serious, in its own dedicated tray that is also lifted up off the chassis a little bit, so trying to provide that battery with a lot of protection. Center chassis brace here, so even if you're landing upside down, you're landing on it and nothing important underneath. Tub style chassis, so it is plastic. It is a plastic with a honeycomb on the inside chassis all around. Sometimes at this scale, you expect to see metal. It is not. It is a plastic tub chassis, but I am willing to bet, looking at the thickness of this plastic and the honeycomb mesh in the bottom, that it is plenty strong for what we're wanting to do. And there are these metal plates, both front and rear, that help integrate that tub chassis into the front and rear bulkheads, providing the strength hopefully right where we need it. On the other side of the ESC is the Hosim branded 2000 kV big ol' motor. We have some ribs here for heatsink. I think is also really interesting. Adjustable motor mount, a little access hole here where you can get into the pinion gear, but then also look at the bracket here on the rear. We have a metal bracket holding down the rear of the motor. If you big time bash bigger trucks like this, you'll recognize that this weight of this motor tends to flex and have an impact on these motor mounts, and they have said, nope, not gonna happen. We are gonna bolt it down. And what you see underneath here is that clamped bracket is actually adjustable as well. So if you change a gear and you need to move this in or out, this clamp that helps hold the motor moves in and out with it. So you're not fixed. You know, things like the Traxxas Sledge and some of that kind of thing, they've had ideas like this, but it has been like you had to interchange pucks and stuff like that if you're changing gearing. Hosim has, I think, maybe a better mousetrap when it comes to that. Underneath this little bracket up here is a 35 kg servo, metal servo horn onto a, look at how big that turnbuckle is. That is absolutely staggeringly large. We have our servo saver, adjustable servo saver right here where we can tighten or loosen. Receiver is actually screwed in. It has its own bracket, its own cover, and it's actually screwed down to the center brace, so there's no chance of it getting lost. So the servo is mounted, of course. The receiver is actually mounted down. The motor can't go anywhere. And yes, the ESC also has its own screws down. We're not double-sided taping anything here. We're not. It is noticeably attached. The center motor mount is also one piece that comes back in here to hold the center differential. And we will notice all metal gears, metal case. Pay attention, some of you big name brands out there. Metal case, massive dog bones, front and rear transmitting power. It's literally metal top to bottom, the whole drive lane. So we have the normal kind of total tower to tower cross brace here, but then they've just like filled a bracket and an angle down from the brackets down here to the center of the chassis. They've massive plastic reinforcements. Like this might be one of the more tankish designs that I have ever seen. And just like we see here, steering turnbuckles also very large. So are the drive shafts. I don't know if you can see down in there, but the drive shafts actually flare out to even bigger near the ball cups. The shocks are full aluminum top to bottom. Even the bottom cups are aluminum. Adjustable shocks, oil filled, so you can actually change the oil in them and everything that you want. As we look at the corners of the truck, we notice right here on the control arms, they have a fun little shock protector, but the control arms also are the same front and rear. All four, if you need to share parts, you need need to buy any spare parts. They're all the same. They all have these guards on them. The sway bars front and rear mount in through there. The hubs are designed in there. So really interesting, good design on them that they can share parts on all four corners. Now I'm just waiting on the batteries to finish charging, and I want to note right before we get out here and do this test drive, the price of this thing is what's really astonishing to me. $499, so $500 is a lot of money for any level of RC car. But when you consider what its competition is, it's an absolute bargain. And I was really nervous when I saw that $499 price point. Is it going to be too cheap? Is it going to be designed too flimsy? And is it going to be really, are we going to be regretting that couple $100 difference versus some of its main competition? And all I can say so far is from the sheer design that we see, I don't see anything on this that tells me that it is being designed to a lower price point. It all looks really good. So I'm gonna get these batteries fully charged up. We're gonna get it in the truck and we're gonna go give it a test drive. Batteries are all installed, and again, really appreciate this big intense strapping system that they have here. And honestly, wire management, you gotta kind of tie them up off to the side a little bit, although I think it's gonna be good. On this RoadsideRC, this is a different one than what I would have used typically. It's like, where the heck is the on-off button? And the fan was kind of noisy there at the very beginning, but then it smoothed out very nicely. So I don't know if there was something maybe lodged in there that it needed to clean out. But now, sounds nice and quiet. We'll just keep our eye on that as we run, because obviously if the fan doesn't work, we will overcook this ESC real fast. It's really interesting, kind of hard to get used to it. It's got some power. Woo. That's got some pretty good speed. Of course, out here in the grass, it's going to handle this grass without any issue. Whoa! That thing moves. The ability to slide around is quite fun. Alright, it's pretty fast, and it handles well. Handles the grass well, drives over it easy, all that's fun. Let's do some jumping and see how it does it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, crash big time. Boom. You can actually see how parachutey that body is. It gets up in the air and it just hangs. Thank you, big old front bumper. Wow. So what I've noticed is the truck seems to be chassis slapping really heavy, even in the garage. Even just setting it down on the workbench, the rear end would actually just slap the ground. And so threw a little bit more shock preload in it. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Which is easy enough to do, but hey, now it's gonna roll over easier. Oh, that was a hard hit. Oh, that one hurt. There you go. from the test drive. How did the truck do? How is its durability? How did it drive? Oh my gosh, can we even call that a test drive? Because I did such a bad job driving this truck. My ramp needs rebuilt. It's kicking trucks kind of funny every time you go off of it. I crashed this thing so many times, and it's completely fine. The one thing I did, look at this. I crashed it so hard that I actually ripped the body clip through the body and then did that to it. It's not even a body clip anymore. But except for that, the body's got some scrapes, otherwise is in good shape. The lights all still work. I rolled it over, so there's some scrapes up here. There's some scrapes on the bumper. All that as to be expected. Tires feel like they're doing pretty good. I actually noticed over here on this right front, I'm actually starting to get a little bit of wear in the center just because of how much they were ballooning up with the power to the front. So I'd say from a driving standpoint, that's one thing I definitely noticed. I think first mod to this truck is take this center differential out, and the center differential itself is actually hot. That's how much it was working, how hard it was working, and probably why it's metal and not plastic. So I think step number one on this truck is get the center differential out and thicken the fluid up. It needs a lot thicker fluid in there so that we get better power delivery front to rear. That'll also help with the air control when the truck's jumping. So much fun just sliding this truck on the asphalt that I actually have wear right here on the outside of the tire. That is great. Truck is actually, I'm going to say this, cleaner than I expected. Typically the short course style body, it takes all the grass, throws it off the tire, straight into the body, straight into the chassis. It's actually dramatically cleaner than I would expect. I'm really surprised. The motor, the ESC is a little bit warm, but not really bad. I can easily hold my hand on it. The motor and that center diff both worked really hard, both pretty toasty. So again, need to thicken up that center diff, and maybe need to consider looking at what putting a fan on the motor just to help it extend its life would be. Servo did great. Servo saver was good. I crashed this thing so many times, and as I look at it, everything's completely fine. Nothing is cracked. Nothing is broke. Nothing is bent or anything. It's just in great shape. If you look at the bottom, as to be expected, especially coming off of the jumps and some of the asphalt stuff, it has some nicks and scrapes here, front and rear, as just it should for what it did. There's even a little chunk right here. I mean, I drove this thing tough, and it just took it. I mean, the number of times in which I crashed straight on the front bumper, and it's no worse for wear. I even just nailed the rear bumper a couple times, and it looks dead straight. No issues at all. Nothing broken, nothing cracked. I always feel it's part of my responsibility with these videos to think, like, would I buy it again? If you're watching this video, do I wholeheartedly recommend that if you're into this kind of a truck, that you buy it? And I'm really struggling with this truck for some reason, and I can't exactly put my finger on why. And so what I'm doing now is I'm putting a different truck beside it in order to compare and contrast, to try to see if I can figure out what the answer is here for you. This truck, $499, $500, 6S 8 scale short course truck. This 6S 8 scale short course truck, instead of $499, $725. Is it worth it? Is it that much better to where I cannot recommend that you buy this one? Or is the $225 that you save on this truck 100% worth it? And I think that's really where it just comes down to what your pocketbook says. This truck is really good. This truck is great. Or is it worth it for you to have little drivers in there and a window net, a little bit higher clearance versus, plain windows? You have the LEDs, you don't have the LEDs. But what comes down to it more is this truck is from a race engineered company, so it's a little bit more refined. The tires are a little bit better, the suspension's a little bit better, all that kind of stuff. But both of them jump Both of them have fun, all that kind of thing. And it really kind of comes down to how are you going to be driving it? If you're going to be more like going to the racetrack, more precision driving, bigger jumps, maybe you want this one. If you're going to be running around in your grass, you just want to race your buddies down the street, then this one does the same job, is really fast, handles fun, slides all over the place, and you save $225. So it just comes down to your pocketbook and exactly how you want to drive them. And one of the things people will immediately yell about, oh, it's a Hosim, you can't get parts for it. Turns out, I just went to HosimRC.com, their main website, and I found everything for it. All the screws, all the bearings, all the control arm pins, all the control arms themselves, all the bumper bits. You can even get the whole body for like $23, which that's a lot of body for that cheap. So honestly, you can get all the parts. Is it at your local hobby store where you can drive down and get the part today? No, but it's where you can mail order it and have it pretty soon anyway. If you are curious about buying one of these, I'll have a link to it down in the video description. I'm also going to have a link to that Team Corrali just so that you can do your own homework and put them side by side and see which one is better for you. If you have any questions about this that I have not answered in this video, please leave them down in the video comments and I'll be happy to answer as many of them as I can. If you're curious about any other vehicles that I have reviewed, there will be a playlist popping up over here to your right with all my vehicle reviews in it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.